Hello, I'm Japheth. Welcome to the Cohen Lab. Come on in.
Okay, so we're here today with Japheth at the Cohen Lab, where they work on biophysics. Japheth, I gotta say, I've got one burning question. Are these gaming computers?
Yeah, they actually are. They are gaming computers. So we need a lot of processing power for like the computations and stuff. And so gaming computers have that. This is where I do the analyzing my data, looking at videos, analyzing it, all that fun stuff.
What do you do specifically in research?
I study the mechanics of cartilage. So I take cartilage from neonatal bovine, which are cow knees, and I take the cartilage from them. Basically, the most basic way to put it is I take the cartilage from them, I put them on a microscope, and then I shear them or like wiggle them, and then take videos of that, and you can get the mechanics of it from that.
What's up with the cats?
So the cats, This office is, I don't know if you can tell, a bit dreary, not a lot of decoration. So we thought adding cats to the walls would help that. We had a cat calendar.
Are you aware it's 2024?
Yeah, well, it was never about the dates. It's more about the cats. These sometimes giant cats, sometimes tiny. The actual research happens in other rooms. So we have like a bio room, a chem room, all different types of rooms where you actually run experiments.
Do you ever worry about the lack of windows and ventilation?
It'd be nice if we had windows, but sometimes you just gotta take a break and go for a walk. So, this is the bio room. This is where I do a lot of my stuff, where I handle the cartilage tissue. I cut it and stain it in here. This is where all the actual work happens. So I sit down. I have all my stuff here or there. I got razor blades, and so this is where I do like the stain. I cut the samples. I stain them.
And the cartilage samples?
The cartilage samples, yeah. They're the cartilage samples. So we just take little like plugs. So they're like 6 millimeters in diameter, about 3 millimeters in depth. And I basically take them, cut them in half, and stain them.
So these gadgets over here, they look a little scary.
We call it the TETIS. It's what I use to mount my samples and then image them, so I can put this right on the microscope.
Okay, I'm touching cartilage for the first time outside of, I guess, my own body. It really just feels like a bead. You said you mess up cutting a lot?
I do mess up cutting a lot. It needs to be really flat in order for like the imaging to come out right. And so I usually prepare like multiple samples because it can be hard to get. Because it needs to be like really like less than a millimeter scale flat.
Whoa. And you're just doing this with that like...
Yeah, we got this nice little cube. This little cube that we made in the machine shop over in PSB, and it's just, we just take a razor blade and cut in those slots, and it usually works out.
Usually. Okay. I'll dispose of the biohazard. Oh, by the way, why do you even care about cartilage?
Well, we all have cartilage in us. The thing about cartilage, right, is it doesn't have a good ability to repair itself, and it still lasts for like 60 plus years without like breaking down and stuff. And so the idea is we're trying to figure out why that is, and all of that lies in the mechanics. And so if we understand the mechanics, we understand why our knees work for 60 years without hurting it.
Have you ever had to use one of these showers?
No, I've never had to use any of these showers, nor have I seen them used at all, which is a good thing.
Aha.
This is a microscope room. We have 2 microscopes in here, one called the hot, which is over there, and the other called the cool.
Why?
I should know. I don't really know. I use this one to photo bleach lines, into the cartilage. That helps track how it's moving better. So that's what I do here.
Do people use the chalkboards in the hallways for things?
Oh yeah, I mean some people use it more than others, but yeah, they do get used.
This is a very fancy looking table.
Yeah, this is an optical table. They're built so that if you like move it, it'll move and keep it stable. So that like, because you're often like with microscopy looking at like microns and submicron stuff. So like jostling will ruin your images and videos. That's also why a lot of like microscopes are in like basements, because if you put it on like a top floor, the building will sway, and that could affect things too. We have a very, very old computer because we need it to run a very old program. It will only run on that version of Windows, and so we have a very old computer in order to run that version of Windows, and so that I can do my experiments.
Okay, well, that was cool.
Yeah, thanks for coming and checking out our lab. I hope you guys had fun and saw a lot of cool stuff.
Thanks for having us, Japheth. If there's one thing that you would want people watching this video to know about graduate research or labs or anything, what would that be?
I think a lot of people feel like it's a very daunting task, and it can be at some times, but you know, you meet a lot of really cool people and you get to do a lot of cool stuff, and I think it's worth it in the out.